So for the past week, I've been absolutely loving the latest demo from Firefly Studios for Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition. Dropped just over a week ago, the demo brings a lot to the table, including a brand new historic campaign mission, a fresh new skirmish trial, and best of all, custom skirmish. You can now battle against 4 of the original AI Lords, plus 2 of the brand new AI Lords coming to the full DE release, the Nomad and the Sentinel. Oh, and fans have got 2 new maps to sink their teeth into as well. It's a tasty little package for fans ahead of release, and it's clearly designed to give us a hands-on time with 5 of the 8 new Bedouin Warrior units that are coming to the game. In this video I'm going to break down all 5 units from the demo, give you my thoughts, and share what I think they'll bring to the battlefield. Alright, so let's talk about the stars of the show. In the demo you can now take control of 5 new Bedouin Warrior units. The Skirmisher, the Camel Lancer, the Heavy Camel, the Demolisher, and the Eunuch. The Sapper, Healer, and Ambusher are currently unavailable. Why? Who knows? Maybe Firefly is holding out to surprise us in a possible third demo, or just saving the reveal for launch. Either way, let's take a look at the units we can use right now. The Skirmisher for me feels like a stripped down version of the Archer. Short range, less damage, but incredibly cheap and easy to mass produce. Just 25 gold and no weapon production required. They're great as expendable frontliners to slow down enemy forces, or as extra bodies to absorb arrows while the real damage dealers do their job. I even use them as archer shields, similar to how spearmen can absorb hits when manning the walls. They're also surprisingly good at chipping away at enemy fortifications, which was a nice bonus. That said, due to their fragility and lower attack, I didn't find myself relying on them too often. Still, a handy support unit. Now this is probably my favourite new unit in the demo. The Camel Lancer changes the game. It's a fast, affordable cavalry unit that absolutely melts archers, which is huge because, let's be honest, archers are practically a super unit in Stronghold. Once a player gets enough of them, they feel borderline invincible. With Camel Lancers, that's no longer the case. They are amazing at closing distance, harassing siege equipment, and completely shredding ranged units caught in the open. They remind me of macemen and knights, but with greater speed and no weapon production costs. This unit alone will shake up the Crusader formula. Players will finally have an affordable early game cavalry that can also be produced en masse in the late game, and it forces everyone to rethink how they defend their economic buildings and their forces when out in the open.
Stay away from my lands, infidel! Stay away!
If you remember the Elephant Archer from the original Age of Empires like I do, you'll know why I love this unit. The Heavy Camel is a tanky, long-range powerhouse with high HP and the ability to attack both at range and in melee. They're absolutely perfect for siege warfare. In the demo skirmish trial, they were crucial for dealing with the Caliph's arrow towers and dodging his pitch traps. They're pricey at 100 gold a pop. They're one of the most expensive units in the game, but you get serious value. Range power, melee competence, and resilience. They're basically the Rangers from Crusader 2, but atop a camel.
Never did like camels. Filthy buggers, they smell, they bite, they spit. Disgusting.
I think they're adorable.
They let you bypass the need for mantlets or engineers in many cases, due to not having weak armour like all archers in the game other than crossbows. You want these guys soaking up damage and taking out defenders at the front while your main force follows behind. Think of the Demolisher as a human battering ram. They carry shields like Roman legionnaires that block incoming missile fire, though only for a limited time. They're also armed with giant hammers, making them deadly against walls. They're great paired with swordsmen. I primarily use them to break down gates and absorb missile fire, so more of my men could breach the castle. But truth be told, I feel like their shields are just a little too weak. A few crossbow volleys from towers and they're down. And once the shield is down, just a few shots will finish the Demolisher off. They're also able to dig out pitch ditches and take no damage from spike traps, which is awesome, in theory. In practice I often found they were too slow. Archers would light the pitch before the Demolishers finished clearing it, and they just burn alive. Personally, I'd love to see them get a bit more armour and dig pitch faster to become proper frontline siege units. Last but not least, the Eunuch. These guys are like pikemen 2.0. Their job is clear: hold the line, slow enemy advances, and let your archers do the heavy lifting. But what makes them stand out is that they wield dual swords and can spin attack for area damage. Yeah, they're lethal in large numbers during castle breaches. They require no weapon production, but they cost 100 gold each. Compared to the classic pikemen who cost 20 gold, that's a big leap. Still, their sheer damage output might make them the go-to choice for defenders, and they also pack a punch as the first to attack through a breach in the enemy's castle walls when attacking. That said, I really hope they don't make pikemen obsolete. Pikemen have always been one of my favourite units in the original Crusader. I guess time will tell if there is still place for them in this new balance. So overall, I'm really impressed with the new units Firefly gave us in the demo. Each one brings something fresh to the battlefield. Even those that resemble existing units like the Skirmisher and the Eunuch feel new thanks to their unique weapons and abilities. My personal favourite, definitely the Camel Lancer and the Heavy Camel, and not just because camels are awesome, but because they generally change how the game is played. You've got fast, affordable cavalry units in the Lancer that makes archers vulnerable and forces players to be constantly alert, and the Heavy Camel adds range, durability and versatility all in one, making it a siege monster without needing support from mantlets or engineers. I really hope Firefly gives us another demo, so we can test the Sapper, Healer and Ambusher before release. But even if they don't, I'm having a blast with this one. Sure, the Skirmish mode only has 6 lords and 2 maps right now, but hey, you can't have everything. So what do you think of the demo? Which new Bedouin unit is your favourite? Let me know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell icon for more Stronghold content, breakdowns and gameplay. Thanks for watching.